Good afternoon, Muscatine. We are out at Freezing for Food in the Hy-Vee parking lot at the H&I trailer. It's that time again to bring all your non-perishable food items out for the Salvation Army's food pantry. This year we have, first, before we go into the really cool stuff, I've got Lieutenant Macy Gantner here with me, who's going to give us a little bit of background on how the Salvation Army do blah, blah, blah. You know, she had me laughing right before we went live, and now I can't talk. Some might say most of the time I can or shouldn't. Macy, what's going on with the Salvation Army now? How is the food pantry looking, and how did it all work out last year?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's doing okay right now. We're kind of in the season of waiting for January to kind of launch and get it filled up again. It's right now we have emergency bags ready if people need them, but in appointments that have been appointed, I guess. I don't know, like what. It over the last few months, it has looked a little more bare, which is pretty typical. And then we jump into the season, and then we get it ready for the new year, right? But this last year has been, compared to the year before, was incredible with this grant and the matching donor and provided for our food pantry throughout the whole year. And that's just a beautiful thing to see and to watch happen, because there wasn't worry if we're going to have enough food ever. There wasn't worry if we're going to be able to feed the people that come through our door, whether they're in an appointment or not, right? So, and we're having just someone stop and say hi here too.
So, how does the food pantry work? About how many people in a given month do you serve? Let's kind of give people some background on what their food's actually going for.
Yeah. So our food pantry works a little bit different than maybe, and they're going to probably step in, works a little bit different than maybe some of the other ones in our community. So we do appointment based, just because of staffing and things like that. But we have also done emergency bags and things as people come in and are in need, which happens a lot. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do appointments from the morning to all the way through the afternoon every 15 minutes. But one person comes in, but doesn't necessarily represent just one person in the one person is representing a whole family, right? So, maybe we're serving 200 households a month, for example. It's around something around that, and it's increased drastically over time here since even we've been at this location. But even within those 200 households are so many people. It's not just one person representing one household. Sometimes it's 11 or 8 or whatever it is. So quite a few people if you put those numbers together, if that helps.
Yeah, so, you know, one thing that people don't always understand, in Riverbend, the food bank from the Quad Cities that helps support a lot of the food pantries will be down later this week to give us a little more detail on this. But, you know, when you talk about food insecurity, we're talking about folks that may not know where one of their next 3 or 4 meals are going to come from, right? And that number in Muscatine is significantly higher than you might think, right? The number of families and households and kids that are, you know, one paycheck away or things like that, especially with the way the economy's been and inflation and everything else. So, Macy, what else is going on at the Salvation Army? I know you were just on last week talking about all that, but are there still angels left on the tree?
Yes. Yeah, we were just talking about that. This community did amazing with adopting angels. We had 100 more than last year, so we have a total of 631 kids in our community that will receive Christmas next week, right? And that's coming very quickly here. And that puts a lot on me, but also volunteers who come out and help. But we have just a small stack of angels still here at Hy-Vee, a few at Walmart, and then I've had a few churches that weren't able to get all of them out. So those are called forgotten angels. Those are the angels that maybe didn't get adopted or couldn't. But I know that our community has the ability to make sure those kids, even if you can only get them an outfit, a shirt, and a pair of pants, that would help hugely, because then we'll take the toys from Toy Time that was raised this past week, and we'll we'll add gifts in there. So maybe it's a coat or a pair of winter boots. We try to give them a whole gamut of things as they're getting Christmas, because they want toys, but mom and dad are worried about the essentials, right? So yes, we do have some forgotten angels. So please, please, please reach out. We have about, I would say about 20 or so. Hopefully Kent was able to get their last few out too. So then we will just say 20.
Awesome. So Muscatine, grab another angel. One thing, the easiest way to do this, of course, feel free to go to your pantries, pull out the things that, you want to bring in. But Hy-Vee, as they've done for however long we've been doing this now, 20 to some odd years, I think, has bags inside. And I'm not sure if they're $20 or $25 this year. Matt was going to double check for me, but it's a full bag of food, it's a great deal. Hy-Vee does like these special purchases from wherever to be able to get you guys, what you need in the pantry. And then they'll bring them out. We've got some pallets coming out later this afternoon that several businesses have stepped up and donated. So definitely it can be easy if you want it to be. And I'm not sure, I think you can still, when you order online from Hy-Vee, you can actually put the bags on your order and they'll just bring them out. So like you don't even have to do the work. You can just get the happy, good feeling that comes with helping out. But the one thing that we've got to make sure we do, Muscatine, is we've got to hit at least $5,000 worth of food out here at this Hy-Vee location, because that's what triggers the match. So, and the way that works is really pretty cool. Basically, Riverbend, where like all the huge places send their food and all this for all the pantries, they get a credit up there to use all year whenever they need it. From the one donor, and it allows them to supplement everything that comes in exactly how they need it. Yes. So,
and in some months has allowed us to have food in our pantry versus not.
And we know it's been a tough year for just about everybody, and this is one of those times where we all say this a lot, but there's more that brings us together than separates us or divides us. And this is one of those times a year. Nobody wants anybody to be hungry at Christmas time. I mean, any time in the year, but especially now. So, Macy, do you have anything else major other than get out, freeze for food?
I'll just put a little tip out there. If you do not have a shift, ring the bell, go to registertoring.com or call our office and we can get you signed up. Because the ringing the bell, this is a huge and a great part of what we do. But ringing the bells and bringing in donations, whether check or whatever it is, to our location will help get us through a whole year this next year. So it's huge, and we're not even there. We got I think close to $200,000 to raise. So please, please, please help us to provide for our community all year round. So.
Well, Macy, thank you very much. For those of you, Lucas is here with us as well, but he tends to, he's the shy one or the cool one. Which is it, Lucas? A little bit of both. Okay. Well, Muscatine, we will be out here, and I will be completely honest. I feel like a little bit of a fibber because I'm not really freezing for food at the moment. I do have a trailer, but it's not bad now. The next couple days, though, I think might be a little bit of a different story. We'll see how long all the fun inflatables last and stuff like that. But we will be out here all week. Stop by and see us. And until then, go attack the rest of the day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Have a good one.